honestly, my mind is blown. I know this was coming, but actually when you read it first thing in the morning or you see it on X, you kind of think, wow, it's really happening. So, I mean, is this good or bad?
Have you ever imagined that you could control your devices by just thinking of it? Neuralink by Elon Musk worked. Neuralink has been successfully implanted in a human brain. Neuralink is a chip developed by Elon Musk. Basically, this chip has the main purpose of helping people with deficiencies. How does it work? Yeah, this chip will implant into your brain, and it will work in accordance with the main purpose for which it was created. The FDA, or Food and Drug Administration, was allowing them to develop their invention. So, in his X account, Elon Musk announced that he will implant a real human brain and test how it works. And they announced their first implant in the human brain on January 28, 2024. Before that, it was rumored that Neuralink had been tested on animals since 2018. But they faced a lot of failure. In this experiment, they killed around 1,500 animals, such as monkeys, pigs, mice, and many more. It's such a fantastic number, but why does Elon Musk still want to continue this experiment? Well, they told the media that they wanted to help people with shortcomings have the same opportunities as normal people. So if you are wondering how it works and if Neuralink has a bad impact on the brain, watch till the end. We will break it down. Neuralink is implanted in the tissue of the cerebral cortex. Well, we have to know each part of the brain first before talking about how Neuralink works, right? So let's get started. Basically, we have some parts in our brain, the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. Each part has its own function. As we talked about before, this chip is implanted in the cerebral cortex, which is that it's an outer part of the cerebral and wraps all of the cerebrum. In our brain, we have 4 lobes in the cerebral cortex. Simply put, their main function is to control motor areas, sensory areas, and association areas. When we talk about the brain, it can be separated from the neuron. We have 86 billion neurons, and each neuron can have a connection to another. And this neuron connection is the one that can help us to think, remember, run, or even decide something. So let's move on to how Neuralink works. Neuralink has 1,024 electrodes distributed across 64 threads. These threads are much finer than human hair. So, when it is implanted in a part of the cerebral cortex, it will cooperate with its function in motor areas or sensory areas. But how can neural networks distribute how the brain works? Yeah, it's from neuron. Neurons can connect with each other, right? Their function is to record our brain activities and decode them. Neuralink works by mimicking the way neurons connect with each other. I will give you a simple explanation of that. Imagine that we see an object. At first, we see the object has some information such as being green, big, having a stem, leaves, flowers, or even fruits. So, our brain records this information from our eyes and gives it back by decoding it to our brain and identifying this object as a tree. Neuralink can work the same as neuron. According to what Musk claimed before, Neuralink can control neuron work, and they adapted it into their products. If Neuralink really works like a neuron and controls our brain, I think it can be favorable or unfavorable for us. But what do you think? Do you want to try that? So what's the product that claims to help people with disabilities? Neuralink introduced its first product. It claims it can help people with disabilities. But how does it work? Imagine that we can control our devices, such as computers or smartphones, with our minds. Well, if you want to type something, you just need to think of it, and your device will type by itself. Interesting? So, the main function of telepathy is to control a smartphone or other device by thinking of it. It claimed not just a smartphone or laptop, but another device, such as a lamp or other household tools that connect to the internet. Telepathy claims that it can be helpful for people with disabilities who can't move their body or part of it. Well, as we talked before, this product will transfer what we think in our brains to connected devices via computer language that is broadcast via Bluetooth. The most interesting part of it is that it's not just limited to typing something. This chip can browse, chat, or even run video games. If telepathy works by transferring data in our brains through computer language into connected devices via broadcasted Bluetooth, then it should be the other way around. Yeah, blind sight works by transferring digital signals into broadcasted Bluetooth, then forwarding them into the chip and finally visualizing them in the brain. But how can? The implant will send electrical pulses through tiny wires into brain tissue in the cerebral cortex to stimulate neuron responses. After that, the final result is a visualization input. Definitely, this product is a game changer for blind people. Elon Musk claims that blind people who never see a real object, such as its size or color, can visualize the object with this product. These products have their own functions. They even target different human needs. But do you think neural networks really help them? Drop your opinion below. But what people are worried about is the impact on the brain and body. Does Neuralink have a bad impact on ourselves? Since this chip will be implanted through high-level surgery, people are worried about the risks. Anyone can imagine how dangerous the surgery is when they put small things that are connected to the whole body. As we talk in the opening video, this trial of implants can kill around 1,500 animals. This chip has a direct connection with our brain, so if the implant gets damaged, it will affect our brain. About the animals used in their experiment, the company didn't give any explanation, but some staff on this company said that Musk encouraged them to quickly finish the experiment to get permission from the FDA. In 2021, Neuralink implanted wrong-sized chips into 25 of 60 pigs. After that, the company killed all of the pigs that were impacted. Staff said that this accident could be avoided if they had more time. Not just that, the monkeys used in their experiment had the same fate. In one of the monkeys, there is a broken device implanted into their brain. This monkey scratched and pulled on it until part of the device was ripped off, and an infection was caused. Another monkey had bleeding in its brain, and the implant tore part of its cortex. This risk is only found before implantation into humans because the Neuralink is still in human trials. But this does not rule out the possibility of the same thing happening. After knowing the possible risks and how it damaged animals before, do you think it is really worth trying? After knowing what Neuralink itself is, how it works, and what risks could arise, I think we should know why Elon Musk must develop this chip. I mean, we know that he faces crazy and dangerous possibilities. Imagine that it won't go well when the chip is implanted in the brain. So, what is his primary motivation? The reason to help paralyzed people is not his main goal. It's just a little step to achieving the wilder goal. Yeah, to be equivalent to AI. Elon Musk is one of the louder people who voiced his objection about the growth of AI. But why did he do it? We have various AI tools now, but I bet you all know about ChatGPT. In their newest version, GPT-4 was very integrated. Imagine when you ask GPT to write an article. They will write for 1 minute at most. Can you compete with it? We require at least 30 minutes at least to write an article. We must research first, make an outline, and write. But AI doesn't. It's because they have a speed of around 1,000 trillion bytes per second, and we only have 39 bytes per second. It's a very big difference. By that, Elon Musk has a principle that if we can't compete with AI, so be equal. So, he wants to use neural networks as a tool to achieve that. As we talked before, it's because Neuralink has capability to read and transform the brain with electronic tools. Do you think Elon Musk can really achieve his goals? Or is it too high and hard to achieve that? But, after talking about this and knowing how Neuralink works and possible risks, we need to pay attention to that. However, the risks are really possible to happen, yeah, because they have a direct connection with our brain. So, thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next most interesting videos. Don't forget to set the notification.